right, so how about then the external anatomy of the trunk? And because the male and female external anatomies differ, let's go ahead and do the male first. We'll start with structures that both male and female have, right? The umbilicus. So here's the male's umbilicus. And so this is the structure that contains blood vessels that are exchanging nutrients and wastes with the placenta. So, and then check this out. Those blood vessels are actually visible in this particular umbilicus. So we have like a larger, do you see how this one is larger and this is a pair of similar sized? So this larger one with the thinner walls, that's the umbilical vein. And it's bringing nutrients and oxygenated blood in from the placenta, okay, to the fetus. And then these two umbilical arteries are taking away blood with high concentrations of waste and lower concentrations of oxygen back out to the placenta, right? So umbilical arteries and vein are visible here. So we have the umbilicus, and notice that that is what? Medial or lateral? It's a midline structure. So this is as medial as they get, and you can tell because there's only one of them. And then we have teats. Yeah, it's a male, but of course males have nipples too. And so notice that in fetal pigs, like dogs and cats and mice especially, they have pelvic teats. This is interesting. This looks like one teat developed on one side, but on the other side it looks like maybe it didn't. So there's a lot of variation. That's kind of cool. And then this guy's trying to roll over, so let's get him back up here. Another pair. So we have pelvic teats, abdominal teats, and thoracic teats. So, and that's just the kind of mammalian body, that's part of the mammalian body plan. And humans only have one pair of thoracic teats, but not always. Some humans are born with a pair or so of pelvic teats, sometimes abdominal teats. It's not uncommon at all because the genes aren't always suppressed for the development of the kind of default lots of teats kind of development. So let's go to the lower trunk where we'll see some of the male-female variation. So one kind of non-variant, right, and that's at the base of the tail and anus. Okay, that's true in both sexes, but see this pouch right here, okay, and so that's the scrotum. And then if you palpate inside with a fetus that's this old, a lot of times you can feel the testes have actually descended down into the scrotum, and yeah, you can feel that. That pouch is homologous with the labia of the female. And then you might be going, well, but heck, where's the penis? And it's just like in a lot of mammals, the penis is embedded actually in the skin of the belly. And so if you palpated that with your fingers, you'd actually feel, right, kind of that really tough connective tissue around the penis. And then here's the urogenital opening. So the penis actually opens right there, okay? So just posterior to the umbilicus. And that's it for the male. And let's zoom out so that you can compare that male genitalia from the posterior most aspect with the female genitalia from the posterior most aspect. So coming over here to the female. So we'll do that next.